morning, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or messages. Come in. Come on. I've got intel. Recon is afoot. May your comings and goings be forever covered by the grace of the Most High. When in doubt, go within. Namaste, bestie. Glad you could pop in, darling dears, because once again, we've got something to discuss. Fist bump. Yes, baby. We are in the between, darling dears, between the lunar eclipse of Saturn in Pisces, the blood moon, right, and the solar eclipse in Virgo on the 21st of September. So we're in the between. So now we're going to go and see what's going on with those that create havoc, right? The havoc is because they're a harlot, a Jezebel in your life, darling dears. The A is because they are an advocate of the gingivitis. V is because they're a victim who quickly shapeshift, darling dears. And the O, because they're obnoxious. And the C, because they're a copycat, darling dears. They watch you, right, trying to graduate from a university they don't even have the qualifications for, darling dears. They will be getting their echo praxic on. Posh clap. Yes, baby. They have inherited havoc. They didn't know that when they was inheriting this havoc, right, that they would have to what? Bamba. Yes, baby, them have to Bamba. Because their secrets are bleeding, right? Bleeding out all of the intel. The incense we have going today, darling dears, is Blood Dragon. Okay? This is for protection to ward off negative and psychic attacks and bad spirits. It gives power and courage, which boosts your inner strength, your confidence, and your stamina. And we are well known for stamina. Why? Because you're a big cat. And that's a fact. The ritual energy around it, it amplifies spell work for cleansing and banishing. Okay? The next part is about passion and desire, because it will stir your vitality and lust, darling dears. It's actually a raw life force, darling dears. Something that's behind you at this moment in time as you push forwards. The incense of the dragon blood, darling, is it cuts through the lies and enhances the truth telling. Because when you come here, you get the usher. I hold nothing back. Okay, darling dears, because what? We have to think about that song. The one that's, was it? Domino, domino, matiro, matiro. Yes, baby, they wanted to Bamba. They built their fortress on slander. And now, bestie, right? The walls of their mud hut is bleeding. Envy rattled their bones. Jealousy soured their breath. And hate poisoned their crown. Well, it wasn't really a crown. It was a clown's crown, darling dears. They have the license forever. Remember, I told you that. Fist bump. Secrets don't rot in silence, darling dears. They ferment. Oh, yes. And the deeper the secret, the longer the fermentation, darling dears. And it will be fruitful when harvest. Remember, I told you that. Their crown was borrowed. Legacy repossessed, right? With interest, darling dears, with interest. Never you forget that. Your ancestral team don't play. The moon doesn't whisper, it drags shadows, screaming. What Saturn signs in ink, no mortal can erase. Why? Because Saturn is the granddaddy of time. Repercussions and regulations, darling dears. You think they are immune from the cosmic bodies, darling dears? They're not. The planetary energies, they are not. Everything is playing out the way it should as we sit between the lunar and the solar eclipse. Their exile begins where your receipts will end. And remember, it's never ending, darling dears. They are in that place called purgatory, in the crevice of the devil's balls. Remember, I told you that. Right, let's press on. I've calmed down a little bit, but not too much. I'm on a thin line, Right, let's press on, darling dears. It's a hot trot. Namaste, Donnie Renee, Malibu, I see you. Athena, Wagwan. Wilder, I see you as well, darling dears. I was trying to decipher the lettering. Let's press on, darling dears, because time is afoot. And what? The granddaddy is present, darling dears. Let's go. You have the energy of a 9. I can't make it up, darling dears, not even if I was being pushed. The energy of the 9 speaks about completion. And what? The turnaround, darling dears, the boomerang effect. Remember, I told you that. Once you've done your shadow work, right? Stood within that pain of what you endured and what you put out there, darling dears, facing your shadow side. It's not easy, darling dears. But now, you are the mirror for their downfall. The energy of the 9 is a fated degree, darling dears, and a number. It speaks about manifestation mode. All of their efforts, darling dears, it's been in the fermentation, and now it's coming to what? The fruition, darling dears. The truth roof, pinkies up. I love it. I don't hate it. The 9 came out in the last reading as well, darling dears. The energy of the 9. It's about your fame, your reputation, your standing in society. Whether you are married, divorced, I don't know, in a job, out of a job, self-employed, whatever, your standing has rank behind it, darling dears. It has rank. Remember, I told you that. It also speaks about your social life, about to get an upswing, darling dears. Listen, baby, I know that you are what? Introvert. But guess what? I have to be ambivert. Be ambivert. You can go out there, darling dears, but you can also what? Swing your key ring of your chariot of righteousness and leave if you don't like the energy. Remember, you have done so much healing, darling dears. You have to put it into action. You have to go back. I don't mean go out there. Listen, I not tell you to be a leg of beast up in them streets, darling dears. No, but you have to go out there. Why? Your healing must be applied. You have to see if your boundaries are well and truly intact. Otherwise, you will languish in stagnancy, and you have the energy of the 9. This is not the time for you to what? Play. Why? We are in a 9 year, the year of the wood snake, endings and closure, as we march quickly and swiftly towards the energy of the 1 for the fresh start on the 14th of February 2026, darling dears. But we are currently in Saturn's retrograde. In Pisces, the 12th house, family secrets, institutions, darling dears. Yes, mental health, it's all on the table. Prison, yes, baby. I'm feeling like I'm soaking it to me. I'm soaking it to you guys. I'm soaking it to you. Let me give her what? A high five on Wagwan. Gabby Jones, Wagwan. Glad you could pop in, darling dears. Anyhow, let's continue with the energy of the 9. Whatever the situation was, it began in early summer, darling dears. Okay. The energy of the 9 is also what? Fire energy, darling dears. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Lean in, bestie. Lean in. The fire energy, darling dears, it's all about you continuing to be passionate, darling dears. Why you are in a position to truly achieve. Continue to be strong-willed. Hold your boundaries, but you have to what? Utilize the healing that you've acquired. Okay? I've said it as nicely as I can, guys. And you know me, I've got no chill. I've got no chill whatsoever. You could be a life path 9, darling dears, or you are embodying this energy at this moment in time. It's representative of the first house, Mars and Aries energy, stepping into leadership roles. Why? Because you saw the competition around you. You had to utilize courage in order to what? Disengage yourself from situations that was dragging you down blood, bra, or sistrine, including close family relationships, darling dears. You could be the 5th child, or you may have 5 children, darling dears, or it's a situation where people you saw as family, 5 peoples had to go. They had to go. You had to give them the full effect of Easter Island and Stevie Wonder. Okay, the numbers embodied by the number 9 are the letters I, R, X, Z, E, G, N. It rules the numbers of 9, 18, and 27. Your luckiest days will be Tuesday and Thursday. Okay? The frequency is the solar plexus, darling dears. It's the I do. This is your willpower being embodied. Lean in some more, bestie. Lean in. Lean in some more. The energy of the 5 to 8, darling dears. It speaks about your self-esteem. This is about you being raised. This shows that you are rising above manipulative tendencies, darling dears. You cannot be manipulated. Why? You are obstreperous. I told you, this, between these eclipses, is rich white lady season, darling dears. Remember, everybody that opposed you, Pisces energy, the 12th house, they're being exposed one way or another. It's like that song, one way or another, I'm gonna find you, I'm gonna get you. Yes, baby, Saturn is coming through. Okay, let's press on, darling dears. The Mars energy in its positive, this is driving you to action, darling dears, telling you to be passionate about what you are going after. This is activating your ambition. The Aries energy is telling me that you are a pioneering spirit. You are relying on the self-assertion you got through the healing that you have achieved. It being in the 1st house, right? This is most definitely about your identity, your initiative, darling dears, as well as your vitality. The life path 9, it's the universal compassion, darling dears. Extremely transformative. You are a warrior of humanity. You hold the title of Big Cat. Never you forget that. Prototype of your lineage. When I'm saying this shiznai to you, you should be upstanding and understand what you've overcome. Sometimes you get so deep in your healing, you forget what you overcame, darling dears. It's legendary. Remember, I told you that. Forget your badness, you come with it, darling dears. But remember, we are Big Cat. We don't argue with the feeble-minded. We put it in writing. Receipts, I say. Now that I've reminded you of whom you are and what you command, let's dive right in, darling dears. So, the energy of the 5, darling dears, people are feeling threatened by the foundation you've created. Why? Because they cannot what? They can't refute the progress you've made. Your boundaries. Good golly and the gosh, darling dears. The energy of the 5 always says that you have a major decision to make, okay? And when we say the major decision, you have the energy of the one. Wait until the next new moon, which we all know is going to be in Virgo, darling dears. I've already put up that reading. Go and watch it. Have I put it up? No, I'm going to do it today or tomorrow. I'll put it up today or tomorrow, okay? But it will be there and you can look and see what house is going to be affected for you, darling dears. Watch it for your rising sign, then your sun sign and your moon sign. Because if you don't watch your moon sign, it will F with your rising sign. Trust me. Trust me, blood. Oh, wait. Anyhow, the energy of the 4 tells me that this is going to be an extremely communicative time for you. Lots of emails, Zoom calls, team meetings, possibly impersonal meetings, darling dears, because someone or something significant is coming into your life. For some, this is going to be in the form of a love affair. Okay, you know how I feel about that. I've told you many times. We will press on. The energy of the 9, darling dears, according to the 48 laws of power, is for you to what? Win through your actions, never your words. We don't argue with the feeble-minded. They are tree sloth, raccoons, darling dears, beneath you, peasants. Did you get it? I think you got it. Because you see, when you argue, darling dears, your words are weak. What's the point? It's like what? Pissing in the wind and hoping it won't blow back. Trust you will get it. You'll get it. Your actions can never be debated, darling dears. How you live your life. Every life is a celebration. Never you forget that. You are the boss, the granddaddy, the grandmother, the Khaleesi or Khal of overcoming and thriving. Fist bump. Let's carry on, darling dears. What's being hidden from you at this moment in time? The shit they're talking, darling dears. The energy of the 3 is the gossip, darling dears. It's also the 3rd house. The gossip house, darling dears. They're utilizing what? Mobile phones, online, darling dears, messaging backwards and forwards amongst themselves, right? The 3rd house is also what? Younger siblings as well as extended family members. It's they, them, and Did I not just tell you Pisces energy, the 12th house? This, oi. The energy of the 1 repeated twice, darling dears. You have a major decision to make, but wait until after the next new moon. Why? You're going to get more intel, darling dears, to give you what? To make an informed decision, or how can I put it? A summation of what's going on. And in some cases, you may be guided to hold your gangster. Not everybody deserves to know what your next move is, darling dears, or whether you're upset about a situation. Remember, they are peasants. Don't allow them to touch your robe. Fits bump. So they're talking shit about you, yeah? What's on the side? You've got the energy of a 4 and a 6. The number of completion, again, I can't make this up, darling dears, from the 9 to the 10. When we see the 10, darling dears, this is fated and karma. Saturn. Saturn is the granddaddy of karma. Is afoot. Their crown was borrowed, and they are nothing but what? Clowns, darling dears. And what do clowns do? They play about. So they're talking shit about the big cat. Wait, let me go with the yellow ones. We haven't used the yellow ones in a while. You're keeping your circle tight and right. We love it. It didn't break. Oh. Yes, they would love to turn back the hands of time, but unfortunately for them, they can't. Because if they could, R. Kelly would have been first in the queue. They was always using you, darling dears. Your resources, your time, your energy, your beauty. Because sometimes you do waste time with... You can't help it, darling dears. I'm not picking on you, right? I'm a pointer, not a picker, right? I'm just saying, the time that you spent... You wasted your beauty on them, darling dears. But you have to also understand, when being in these treacherous energies, right? It drains you. And it makes you look older than your years. But once you leave them, it's like they've effed off. And it's a beautiful day. Good golly and the gosh, and we've got the Pluto energy in it, darling dears. And you know Pluto is a generational planet, highly transformational. It's also representative of the scorpion, the eagle, and the dove, darling dears. This is about regeneration. And it also speaks about what the levels that you have to understand your power. It also speaks about the level of psychological blocks that you had to break down within, darling dears. Many of you was crying into the void, but you wasn't crying in vain. Every tear was counted because you are the champion of your ancestral team. Some of you have become a circle of one, darling dears. It doesn't matter. You freed yourself of the generational curses that was put upon your timeline before you came here. So you have Saturn and Pluto working for you, darling dears. Working for you. What's this? Base of the deck, they're totally devastated. Only totally? I thought it was a full-on what rocks of life kind of a thing. Let's go to the other deck. They're talking shit, and it's spicy, darling dears. Talking about the red light, green light champion. It's gonna make me grumble, darling dears. It makes me grumble. We've also got Mercury energy. Mercury is Gemini and Virgo energy. It's again to have a look at your health, darling dears. Look at your health practices, your diet, as well as what your time, darling dears. Your time is the most important thing, darling dears, and where you spend it. We've also got the Gemini energy. Did I not say the gossips are afoot? Want to come bring some havoc back into your havoc? Of course they're going to pray for release, darling dears. But whom are they praying to, darling dears? Whom are they praying to? Somebody's taking it out on a third party. That's not your business either. That's not your business either, darling dears. Because whoever's taking it without the Vaseline and they're accepting it, they deserve it, darling dears. And you're saying, but that sounds so mean. And it's not contradictory, darling dears. It's not. Because I said so. How about that? Ooh, child. No, it's not. They're taking it out on someone else, darling dears. Someone else must take that fire. And we have the energy of 2, darling dears. Number 2 is High Priestess energy, darling dears. Again, your intuition and your discernment. It could be female energy. It could be a Mitch bitch or a bitch Mitch. Baby. Totally devastated. That doesn't even touch it, darling dears. What's on the base of the deck? Whoever the third party is, they are a yes man or a yes woman, darling dears. Oh well. Does anyone feel sorry for them? Mel, Big Cat, wave. Glad you could pop in, darling dears. Okay, let's press on, darling dears. Let's press on. Let's get some deeper insight before we move forward. Give it a good shufty. They wanted to Bamba, but now they don't want to Bamba no more, eh? It's not funny, eh? When they must Bamba away, they have to Bamba, right? Bamba is right up there with point A and point B. And here you stand, darling dears, with your authentic vibe because you've done the shadow work, right? Going on an adventure of a lifetime, darling dears. And again, this ties in with what? Couple themes, darling dears. We already had the energy of the 4. A love affair is afoot for some. For those that want to throw their panani and their futum into it, it's up to them. I'm not picking on anyone. I'm just pointing it out there, right? about to get them what? Their ego check, darling dears. Because of their jealousy, envy, and hate. What did I just tell you? We saw it together. Our eye chakras was focused and we paid attention to what's going on. Vernetta, glad you could pop in, darling dears. They're about to get an ego check. That's their business. Saturn don't play. Pluto don't play. And Pluto is in what? Aquarius, darling dears, for the next 19 years. This is why I was practically talking in tongues to you. Look at your Pluto in Aquarius for the next 19 years. I've also put up the reading because this is very important. This is a generational planet. I gave you the tools of what areas you need to have on board, darling dears, what you need to be paying attention to. The luminary bodies are important. The celestial bodies are important. And what they're doing is nothing new under the sun, darling dears. But it was new to you until it wasn't. Base of the deck. Oi! Oi! Them I get it. They're getting it, darling dears. Whomsoever was doing the stabation, darling dears, the betrayers, the liars, the envious ones, the jealous ones. Saturn in Pisces does not play. And not because you was waiting for this to happen, darling dears. It's how the cards are falling. Right, to the deck. Let's get a deck that I have not used in a very long time. Because I've even forgotten it was mine. Go with this one. I believe this is the psychic tarot deck. Not sure if you know it. Put it in the comments, darling dears. But let's dive right in. This reading is not about you. This was all about you. This is what's going on with them, darling dears. If you're delicate and you don't want no surprises, you must look away, right? You don't have to leave, but you don't have to focus on it. Keep it in the background, guys. Because you're listening, but you're not listening, but you're listening. Yes. We like to play the sucker, darling dears. Law number 21 of the 48 laws of power. You think you fool me, I fool you. Before you could fool me. How about that? Let's dive right in. Oh, the planetary energies, darling dears, the helpful initials that are tied to this particular read. Right, because it's tied into your karmic storyline, and I've pulled them up for today. The letters are V, U, M, P, S, and we've already had it, darling dears. Didn't Pluto and Saturn come out in the read? Oh yes, and there's also an R, so it's V, U, M, P, S, R. The R for the receipts.com. Pinkies up. Don't worry, darling dears. I've got your hairline at the forefront of my mind as we read. Am I taking long to start? Just wanted to make sure that you're focused. Man. Okay, let's give it a good shufti. Find out what going. Because these secrets, darling dears, it's all over the place. They can't, Oh, I know, I wasn't even paying attention. 12th house energy, darling dears. You are coming through with the receipts. Institutions, people, places, things, family members, people that you saw as family, darling dears. Everybody's getting their just desserts. And that dessert is served cold. Right, let's give it a good shufti again. I'll try not to interrupt myself again, but you know me, darling dears. I'm flighty with the tongue. Love you right back. Grateful heart tea. fist bump. Who's going to sliver out the shadows? I didn't even get a chance to mix it, darling dears. Somebody with the Wheel of Fortune going down Bobby Brown. Somebody who's fated to go down. Do we not have the energy of the 10 on the side of the dice? Good golly. And the gosh, darling dears, it's getting hot up in here. The Wheel of Fortune, darling dears, is Jupiter. Okay? Because when you come here, you're going to learn tarot, and you are going to be forced to learn astrology. Why? It's your blueprint, darling dears. We've got the Wheel of Fortune on its face, darling dears. On its face. This is not good. This is bad. Why? It's Jupiter energy, darling dears. Jupiter is Sagittarius energy, the 9th house. The house of God is on its forehead, darling dears. Someone is going to be repaid. Someone or someone's is about to be repaid for the unkindness, the injustice, darling dears. Because you know what? You know that old saying, today for you and tomorrow for me? Well, guess what, baby? Between the lunar and the solar eclipse, darling dears, your today has arrived. Remember, I told you that. Yes, laugh loud and laugh long, darling dears. Yes, baby. On its forehead, darling dears, this is not good. It speaks about people being stuck. It also speaks about bad luck on them. Like white on rice, darling dears. It's on their back. 12th house, remember, somebody is going to prison. Somebody's going to the mental house, darling dears. And somebody is going to be pushing up daisies. Listen, you can hear them outside cutting down the trees, darling dears, preparing for winter. I can't turn it down. I'm sorry about the interruptions, but it's life, darling dears. The cycles of life is upon them, darling dears. It's upon them. Very much stuck in their ways, darling dears. Resistance to change. Why? Because they're not looking in the mirror. This also speaks about the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. There's a lot of arguments going on, darling dears. Somebody's also a gambler. If they're gambling and the Wheel of Fortune is going down Bobby Brown, you need to give that shit up, blood. You need to give it up. It's not working for you, darling dears. You're fooling yourself. What are they winning? What, £5 on the lottery every 15 years? You're not winning. You're not. And how much have you put into it? This is what I'm saying, darling dears. This is what I'm saying. Definitely, very much so stuck in old patterns, darling dears. Difficulty moving on from situations because they're what? They're living under what they turned away from. I'm saying what? Yes. Energy of what? I've got to stop saying what, darling dears. Good golly and the gosh, darling dears. Yes, they should have used more patience than planning when they would try to disrespect the big cat and thought you'd just take it like that, darling dears. Forever. On hopium. Giving away your psychological password to the feeble-minded. I don't think so. They should have been more patient with you. But you know what? You keep on saying should and shoulda, woulda, coulda until you end up shoulding on yourself. They should it on themselves. They should have been patient, darling dears, and look where they are. In the tower. Didn't I just tell you? And the tower is what? The energy of the U. One of the letters that was predicted today. Right? Uranus energy, darling dears. Yes. Unpredictable energy has found their address. Let me pull one more card and then we'll press on. This is having a laugh. They're all trying to fight me. Do it properly, darling dears. One card. They've given me 3 cards. I have to take them, darling dears. All right. They're not balancing out their life, darling dears, and justice is afoot. Didn't I tell you they're getting it? It's not for us to wait and wonder, darling dears. It's for us to continue to shine. It's for us to what? Put ourselves back out there, and not in a big way, darling dears. Nobody tell you to be the whore of Babylon. No one said that. I didn't say it. I didn't. They're going through the karmic lessons, darling dears, as your adventure waits. Why? Because you live within authenticity, and because you sat in the mirror with your authenticity to face your shadow. It wasn't nice. It wasn't funny being in the DNS, the dark night of the soul. Had to look over my shoulder because, baby, it not creep up on me again. Nope. Yes, baby. Whenever we see the justice doing a nosedive, darling dears, this is not fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely. This is Libra energy, the house of one-to-one relationships, friends. This is endings of contracts, life contracts, darling dears, soul contracts ending. When we see the Libra energy, the justice on its face, they haven't learned any of their life lessons, darling dears. So they'll oh yes, they'll be coming back, darling dears. They'll be coming back, but I'm not coming back. I told you. I'm a life path 11. I'm going to tell you as much as I can before I leave this Malkuth. I will ride it till the wheels are off, but I'm not coming back. Because when they're telling you to go towards the light and people from your past will show up, but oi, if anyone from my past shows up, right, I'm not going to have a fabulous time, right? I'm not. That is what's going to make me turn around, because you have to have it in your mind to turn around, and you will see the universe is open up to you, darling dears. You are a spiritual being having a human experience. They want to keep you trapped on a planet that you have to pay to live. The animals ain't got to pay to live. The mammals don't have to pay to live. What's this? Oh my God. Didn't I say that they're having a downtime in their finances, darling dears? It does not look fabulous at all. This is overspending, darling dears. Put in your basket where you can't reach it. Tell me something more. Because oh my God. And they're stupid on top of everything else. This is a dictator, darling dears. A narc. A full-on Decepticon with a male or female. Straight under the tower moment, they are being disrupted in a major way, darling dears. This was the emperor that wasn't. The one with the training wheels. This is the one like the emperor that wore the new clothes. It took a small boy to tell him that you're naked, blood. And everybody's laughing at you. They're being laughed at, darling dears. Let's get the tiny cards and have a deeper look at this situation. So tell me about this destiny, darling dears, the wheel of fortune on its forehead and the planning they should have done. Touch not my anointed. Just because they think differently from you, darling dears, doesn't mean you had to be abused, singled out. But oh no, they got creative with it, darling dears. That's why you had to head out. You had to find that calm water, darling dears. This is mental and emotional torment and torture in a situation. Some of you left with progeny in tow. They should have been careful around you, but they wasn't. That's why you became an armchair gangster and know what's going on. You found me, didn't you? Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this, darling dears. Please don't forget. They're grammar yes man, and they're taking it out on them. Thank God it's not you, darling dears. And may we hold a moment for us never finding that dangerous love. The dangerous love that gives up all of your energy to, darling dears, drains you. Let's have a quick moment. No more dangerous love for us. Now that we're back on track, let's finish this read. Tell me something more about this situation. Give it a random throw. Fell off the back end. Thank you very much. Let's get the outside energy. Here you are, darling dears. You know your worth and you've added tax. This is the shadow work that you've done. It also speaks about the nurturing, the loyalty. They miss everything about you, darling dears. This is why they're mad and taking it out on others. That's not your business, darling dears, as long as it stays outside the perimeter. You also had this come off at the back end. More Skrilla? Yes, baby, more Skrilla. This is recognition. For some, this is the marriage card. You've been recognized in front of a judge, a pastor, or whatever, darling dears. It could also speak about a spiritual union. Remember, I told you that. What else? Yeah, them bitches was proper shady blood. They stabbed you in your front. Moon energy. Betrayal was afoot. This is what you must keep at the forefront of your mind. They knew exactly what they was doing and they did it anyway. They, them and and because of that, they have to Bamba. Oh yes. 1 quick minute for the Bamba. Oh yes! Them are got through it. They're not going to get away with it. But it's not for you to wait. It's for you to fly. You are Ibex. And this is your season. This eclipse season is like none other, darling dears. Notice how the weight is being lifted from you. Continue to step towards your greatness and lead with your boundaries. Why am I saying that? Because they're going to message you, darling dears. They're about to turn up on you. And if you engage with them, darling dears, you'll be a fool. Page of Pentacles, this is your wealth, your energy, your health. Your health, which is your wealth, will go down Bobby Brown. And you'll be straight back underneath that sword of Damocles, darling dears. Many people will approach you, darling dears, but you must use the energy of the two. Your intuition and your discernment. And your Chinese zodiac signs. I feel like pulling you in for a hug, darling. Utilize your Chinese zodiac signs. They don't know that you are what? Posing as a friend and working as a spy. Oh no! You better cry, right? And run away from ever having this kind of dangerous love that you put so much into it, that your water runs dry ever again. This is people that will come back and manipulate you mentally, darling dears. The gaslighting, listen, they'll take you for a walk in the dark, darling dears. And guess who'd be holding the light? Them. And can you see it? No. Why? Because it's shielded, darling dears. The mask. Outrageous, darling dears. Outrageous. Are we at the 42? We're nearly out of time, darling dears. Because I've got big things going on. Don't ask me what it is. I told you. Trying to catch me off my gangster. I tell no one nothing. And I move in silencio. Hence me turning up on you today. You wasn't expecting it. Ha ha! Let's carry on, darling dears. Let's carry on. We want to speak about this disruption. I fell off the back end, darling dears. They must have sit on and shut up and cry into their fist, darling. Suffer in silence, blood. Suffer in silence. Right? And they can't move on from your situation. Look at all of this energy come out, line up together, darling. Just let them suffer in this silencio. But I told you, someone or someone's have incoming, right? They must cry into their fist, darling dears. Let them cry into their fist. The same way they had you crying into your fist. But you didn't seek revenge. You sought the Most High and you became their strongest soldier. They're praying for release. They're praying towards Saturn and Pluto for release. Oi! Let them pray, darling dears. Because remember, we don't know who they're praying to. We don't. But we are protected. Obsidian crystal, darling dears. What's the time? It's 12:26, darling dears. That goes to an 11. Life path 11, illuminator, darling dears. Highly psychic. But you must share what you acquire, darling dears. You have to share it. You can't keep it to yourself. Base of the deck. Because love is opening up for you. This is the Ace of Cups, darling dears, and it always starts with self. Love yourself. It doesn't matter what skin you are in, darling dears. Love yourself. Never look for validation of other people to love you, darling dears. Because your opinion should be above every other opinion, even if they do, darling dears. And especially if they don't. This is new relationships, new situations coming your way. And again, this speaks about a relationship for some, darling dears. Whenever we see the Ace of Cups, this speaks of the abundance that's coming towards your lives. As I said, a new lover. Yes, we already know this. But it's not just a lover, darling. There's new relationships, all new everything. Let's split the deck. Because you're sick of it, darling dears. You're tired of being around the dickheads, the dummy bats, and the disillusioned. And yes, they are sorry, right? They're sorry that they can't gaslight you anymore. Outrageous? I know. They wanted you to stay in the bargain bucket, darling dears. You had to drag yourself out of the bargain bucket, crawl on your elbows. And you know how hard it is to pull yourself on your elbows, right? Up the counter so that you could go to the display case at the back, right? With the spotlight, the locks and guards. That's how you must treat your boundaries, darling dears. Let's get a final card, and then we're out of here to get funky and fresh, darling dears. We're going to go with angels and ancestors. If the cards, they haven't run away. I found them. They want to turn back time. You better make sure that they are getting the full effect of what? The wiki dubplate remix, darling dears. Don't allow anyone to give you a bout of cognitive dissonance. Final card, and then we're out of here to get great. They're under karmic lessons, darling dears, and they deserve it. Because they chose that role. You didn't choose it for them. And look what's fallen out, darling dears. You broke all ties to these snakes. Cut the ties, the soul ties, darling dears. But they will still test your barriers and your boundaries. You can invite people back into your life, darling dears, but they're not going to get the same person that you was before. Remember, I told you that. We're going to have a look at the snake energy. Because you've shed the skin, darling dears. You shed the skin that had you tied up in wickedness. You've understood the benefit of being at what? Hockey sticks at dawn. Ready for it. Are you kidding me, blood? Oh, here it is. The snake is on page 130. That goes to the energy of the 4. The energy of the 4 is about manifestation mode, darling dears. It speaks about destruction, the stability that you have created for yourself, are creating for yourself. You have the cup of love, darling dears. When you love on yourself, the universe opens up. Why? Because it's a new level of frequency. And we love that. We don't hate it. We don't. For you to screenshot and read at your leisure or your leisure. I don't know if it's transposing the words, but it possibly is. I don't know why, because it never used to, but I digress. Okay. The energy of renewal is washing over your life at this time. If for some reason you feel that your true self hasn't been recognized, or you've been misread by others, know this energy is leaving you, darling dears. That's all you need to know. They can't mislead you again, darling dears. They cannot play in your face unless you allow it. And may the Most High Father, God, Mother, Isis save you from love that drains you. Because the only way down is where? The grave, darling dears. But for me, I'm going on a prayer, mate. Listen, I don't want to be buried. I want to fly high, right? I've told my children I want my ashes scattered in the sea and in a ganja field. Don't ask questions, darling dears. Don't ask questions, right? I tell no one nothing. On that note, I drops me mic. Toddle over to my Teesprings, darling dears. Pick up some of the channel merch. Toddle over to my Amazon. Pick up my books, darling dears. If you'd like a personal read or chart, hit me up at onebigcatchronicles@gmail.com. Remember, Big Cat, Domino, Domino, Manjiro, Manjiro. They wanted to Bamba. Well, Bamba, they have it, darling dears. Bamba, they have it. Their Havoc is reaping a harvest for they, them, and They studied gossip, slander, and stabation. Majored in lies, and graduated with honors from the clown school. Betrayal was their clown mask slipping, darling dears. And receipts, your receipts, is your jackpot. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Big Cat wave until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, cat, cat.